should also give the flimsy reasons of what we say when we are taking our marwa. That it is because of so and so, but the problem is wider. And I really want to think it is, one of the members said we need to meet the contractors, the former contractors of REA. And Clark, I want to begin with that meeting on Monday. We're beginning with it, we give it 1 or 2 hours, we listen to them, we see what it means and where we are going. Madam PS, I want to end there on that note. We've wasted a lot of time there, but progressively there would be the same issues that would come from this, your members that are on this committee. So I think we've chewed it, we provided the information to you, see what you can act about it. Respond in writing about their issues so that we save time. I know Abdon and the other engineer are itching with the responses, but I may not have the luxury of time. Now I want us to move to the day's menu. And the day's menu, where's Isma? Are you ready with the information about the submissions? We will end with it. Okay. Now let's move into the audit report for the 2 projects that we have today. We have Europe. We also have Scale Up. Like yesterday, honorable members, we have 4 colleagues. On the
And that's it for today. Till the next episode.
Like a daily bando, like a daily bando, like a daily bando. Omuliro nguulira muli mu mutima kukankana like drums. Kalakata, kalakata, endungu ya kusabula. We gonna do free of fire, free of fire, free of fire. But now Uganda muulira ekitabanga wo. Clear process ekutuusaako Irene Namatovu atuuse mu Kampala ku Serena Hotel ng'abiri mu August musajja atuumye strong woman life okuyira emitwalo 10 yeepye emitwalo 15 ku gate ate badde emitwalo 10 ate meza ya milioni 3 ticket zitundibwa ku passport ku John Kala Solutions ne ku Serena Hotel wennyene Irene Namatovu yasinga mu kyabayita authentic Ugandan rhythms enkuba ya Afro pop egatta engoma ya wano n'ekidongo ono ya Afrima Award winner best female artist mu East Africa choreography ya Irene Namatovu screen stage n'amatala abiri mu August Serena Hotel mwana watu nabo muwerekeddeko fogo kalempiza bimami bijje be strong woman because the sentence bikazi twagala byana byeskoba bimadulo
kyoza sente ziwawereza ku simu zabaddemu ekicupuli ky'etaano wereza endala
lwagidwa KCB Bank Newmans abakola obumpwati Victoria University Euroform Pepsi Mount Caleb International School Bualula Geneva Logistics Afro Mobile Nesanyuka TV.
Looking for a household cleaner that truly delivers? Meet Apo, the antibacterial cleaning powder for bathrooms and surfaces. Apo is formulated for 3-dimensional cleaning. It's a scouring agent that scrubs off dirt and stains, a germicide that kills 99.9% of household germs, and it works with water to wash everything away, leaving your bathrooms and ceramics hygienic and sparkling clean. Keep up hygiene standards without breaking the budget. Switch to Apo today. Apo is available at supermarkets and convenience stores countrywide.
King Saha Katana Lumisis and Colorado Mutonde Colorado Festival Gakumina Anga Sinkum Bilabid Mukaga you name it Colorado Airstrip Hooking him to Alabini Baby Toiletano and Mizam Kadam Santu one way Yobutano King Saha Yuka TV, NBS TV, NBS Music, Yuka Tunes, Capital FM Uganda, the Beat Farmer.
The parent is Tuliahewa Dixon, and the child is Ani Tuliahewa Esther.
Kambera gwete kwa mchisha ngo isha watu yahewa Esther wahangura school fees ngene na hateja shana amashemero bagonka MTN momo eberewo mbeni nyegasta igana kaga ni 5 sta munana 0 hash shashuro mwana school fees tokoma nyo muchisheri zagwijo wanje ninga nchaka ngwasa kuzo wawe mwebare munonga.
August 2026 is here! And Yada for Life presents Mujatu Sinze 2026 Nsima edition on Saturday 29th August 2026 at Imperial Royal Hotel with a lineup of heavenly voices and ministers. Are you grateful to God for what He has done and accomplished in your life? Do you have a reason to ultimately thank God for? Get your deluxe ticket for 30K, gold for 50K, platinum for 100K, and the table at 2 million. Doors open at 4 p.m. Buy your ticket at Unique Uniforms, Uganda House, and at House of Rest, former Fidodido. For bookings and reservations, call 0760-595-316 or 0708-766-536. Mujatu Sinze 2026 Nsima edition, and proudly sponsored by Yuga Tunes, Afro Mobile, and Yuka TV, and NBS Music.
On Saturday, August 15, 2026, Radio Wala invites you to celebrate India's Independence Day with a monumental broadcast you cannot afford to miss. The Saturday Wala show proudly welcomes a truly distinguished guest, His Excellency Upender Singh Rawat, the High Commissioner of India to Uganda. Join the phenomenal hosting crew, RJ Raj, RJ Amitesh, Mr. Paresh Mehta, and RJ Tarun for an exclusive deep dive conversation on India's incredible journey of independence and the flourishing diplomatic, cultural, and economic ties between India and Uganda. Tune in live on Saturday, August 15th, 2026, starting 10 a.m. on Radio Wala, and watch it on NBS Live, exclusively on Afro Mobile app to be a part of this conversation. Don't just hear about history, be a part of it.
Khalifa Agalaga Nanyini Ngato Nanyini Kaviri Nanyini Nyimba Chameleon wa generation eno Munasanga festival Muchibira Kobe Biramine Mukaga Muaga August 2026 Elweza Forest Resort Jungle Boot Edition Jungle Ngayamba Denga Tuya Aganaka Eno Festival ya Fefena Kwingene mitwale ebiri Ebi mitwale tano Walwe meze ya kakade Kukatane milioni satu Ne aba bende milioni tano Abano kwingene kubitano Aba segenre mutualo Aberekedwa kabayimbi bona Niba comedians Munasanga Festival Muchibira Forest Resort Elweza Luboaga City.
You following? Are you the project manager?
Yes.
For how long have you been the project manager?
For 9 years.
9 years?
Yes, please.
Okay. Kindly break down. Maybe you're still looking for information. Please, Honor Alan.
Yes.
Looks he's not ready to answer that one.
Yes. Let him confirm that he said there were 8,500 meters, which costed 3.5 million for that grant. That's what you said, Bishop. Chair, maybe he can't multitask.
Kindly continue. It looks like he's still looking for information. He is when he leaves the document and goes to his phone.
Yes,
just know he's looking for, and I don't have much time, Honorable.
Because what a Ugandan would want to know is which is 1.5. Maybe.
Of that meter, we didn't come with the breakdown to the unit cost.
Oh no, mumanyi! Omtegera bulungi! King Michael wuyo! Atuuse ku Serena Hotel mu Kampala nga lumu August musojja atumye King Michael Coronation Concert shinze mtwalo 15 emeze y'abantu 8 ya milioni 3. King Michael agenda kuba endongo lukoba ku lukoba hit after hit awulikidwa kabayimbi ba best be bonna ono dancehall star mujja mumwerabireko alina stamina alina momentum alina style nga lumu August ku Serena Hotel ategekeddwa Supremacy Lounge oro nawagirwa.
Too many ads? Expensive subscription? You deserve better. And artists, thousands of plays, but nothing to show for it. This ends now. Introducing Yugatunes, the new home of your favorite music on Afro Mobile. Listeners, stream your favorite songs ad-free at no cost. Artists, earn from every stream. Withdraw your royalties anytime from as low as 20,000 Uganda shillings. This is music that pays off. This is music that belongs to you. Yugatunes, your sound, your stage, your reward.
oyagala okugatta omutino ku music waffe ow'obuwangwa naddala kadongo kamu n'okumugulira akatale ak'omulembe aka digito Airtel Uganda ne Uganda Communications Commission bakutuusaako atakula bakunyooma gold is gold bakabi abagikuba nga 3 mu July ku Sheraton Gardens wano mu Kampala Freddy Sebata Dani Mugula Matia Luyima Misusela Sega Mwenge Kakumirizi Wile Mukabya Masias Warukaga Freddy Sebale Gerard Kiwewa Jigiri Kasiba Kapo Harriet Sanyu Nabitaka Betty Nabulia Aisha Nachito Bonamu atakula bakunyoma okwinga shinje mtwalo 10 vya mtwala bila temeza ya milioni 3 gula tiketi yo okuva ku Airtel Money ku CBS FM ku Papa Sport ku Jod Kala Solutions paka last machinye na ku Sheraton Hotel wanyene Sheraton Gardens asatu mu July tutandika sawe mu yakawunge yanyene kati ngono oberawa wagidwa UCC Roscom Mavet Afro Mobile Nesanyuka TV ne
Airtel
patolo de bitegekebwa balunya promotions Reggae live in concert at Kolo Airstrip na Musambu August chefuro chigenda kubera Get ready about the biggest Ugandan show Mustari Yaki Kompola Waguru Matara Screen Stage ne sound Ngabiona ya Phenom Records Sinye mtuare satwe Arebadi ngo konsa momo Emitware vili Yete mtuare tano Arebadi ngo kuzeku momo Emitware satu Emeze yaba mkaga ya milioni 2 Yaba mtumana ya milioni 3 Niga kamunyenye mumkaga 5 Kamunyenye 2-0 Otunge tiketi yawe Reiji Yata hawasan Uganda namani Hati ninye tabembara Hababushenyi Higara Yantonde Habeibanda Rukunjiri Muije mrebo mwana wanyu Nachtera Nacht Honda Eno shotwagara mwebyani vya nywa mate Ebishagara Ebishapa stacking Koranyenye Kolo Airstrip Musambu August Bitegekedwa Abitex Promotions
Join renowned Pan-African Bishop Joshua Maponga Marara III from Zimbabwe as the keynote speaker at the 9th Pan-African Pyramid Global Awards 2026 and 12th anniversary dinner to be held on the 29th of August 2026 at Munyonyo's Peak Resort from 2 p.m. The theme is honoring the humanitarian legacy of Comrade Rajiv Ruparelia. Book your dinner card now on 0757 342 317 or 0782 342 317. This is the true awakening of African Renaissance. Come, let's rekindle our roots. Africa, don't agonize, organize. Powered by
Bana Uganda muwulire kitabanga wo bajjukira process ekutuusaako ayibiri namatuvu atuuse mu Kampala ku Serena Hotel ng'abiri mu August mushoja atumye strong woman live okuyira emitwalo 10 yepi emitwalo 15 ku gate alebadi emitwalo 10 ate meza ya milioni 3 ticket zitondibwa ku Papa Sport ku Jod Kala Solutions ne ku Serena Hotel wenyene olebiri namatuvu yasinga mu kyabaita authentic Uganda rhythms enkuba ya Afro pop egate ngoma ya wana n'ekidongo ono ya Afrima award winner best female artist mu East Africa choreography yairini namatovu screen stage n'amatara abiri mu August Serena Hotel mwana watu nabamwereke Fogo, Karepita be mami be strong woman, because the sentence at Chikazi, Twagara Biana Biascoba, be Madulo.
She was a sentence where there's a Kusimu Zaba Demuch Chuplichet and where is it? KCB Bank, Newman Zabakoro Bumpati Party, Victoria University, Euroform, Pepsi, Mount Caleb International School, Bualura, Viniva Logistics, Afro Mobile, Nesanyuka TV.
The world is going digital and creativity is no longer just a passion, it's a pathway. Next Creator is building dignified job opportunities for young people by turning creativity into real careers. It's about more than just content. It's about learning digital skills that lead to sustainable income, branding yourself with confidence, understanding influence and the digital economy. Next Creator equips young creatives with the tools they need to grow, adapt and thrive in a fast-changing world. If you want to turn your ideas into opportunities, if you want to make creativity work for you, this is where you start. Next Creator, your skills, your future, your opportunity.
ensonga King Saha fuuse King Saha katana lumisiza kololo mutondeke kololo festival ga 14 August 2026 yonebe kololo airstrip okwinga emitwalo ebiri yepe emitwalo etaano emmeeza ya bukadde busatu waliwo n'ey'obutaano King Saha bekoowolere Sanyuka TV, NBS TV, NBS Music, Yuga Tunes, Capital FM Uganda, the Beat Farmer.
Of compensation, for example,
Enoch,
yes,
he asked, what was the purpose of counterpart funding? Did you hear the response from Abdon?
Yes.
It was what?
Compensation and biodiversity.
What did the Abdon say? 99% of it was for compensation of, was he right?
Yes.
Was Abdon right?
Yes, he was.
Why do you then want to divert from, because now you've started the politics. Now tell us the truth.
Chair, it's not politics, but what I'm trying to respond to is, in the financial years, there are facilitations of teams to go to the field before the collection of the values of the PAPs. So ideally, those operations, or those we call them
operational funds.
Operational funds. Yeah. At the end of the day, they add to the figure that
now you move like this.
Now.
You move like this.
Sir.
You tell us that you know of the 17 point. Is it 17 point what? 2?
17.293 chair. 17 billion.
17.2. You move like this. Tell us of that. PAPS received this. Then our movement received this. That's how we are going to move. You tell us, you don't explain. You know, we are bigger politicians. When you go into politics, you will not manage us.
Thank you very much, Chair. Let me invite you to page 16 of the financials.
Yes.
Those lines under 10.4, transfers received from government of
page,
Uganda.
You said page 15?
Page 16 of
16.
the financials.
Yes.
Of the financials.
Mm-hmm. Page 16.
Transfers?
10.4. Transfers received from government units. That is the counterpart funding, in bracket counterpart funding. You realize that in there, this is line, the second last line before the total. You have compensation to third parties. Those are the PAPs. That figure there, the 5.7, the 5.722,336,944. That is the money that directly went to the PAPs.
Out of the total of, out of the total the total counterpart for the financial year was you move like
8
this.
billion.
How much was counterpart funding during the financial year? Total?
The total was 5 billion. Sorry, the
total
of the
counterpart funding
was 8 billion 753 million 106,736. But of this money,
so what about the 17?
It's a cumulative figure. 17 is a cumulative over the period of the project.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Not only last financial year. The figure for last financial year that was for counterpart, when you look at the cumulative
Okay, let us first deal with the cumulative.
Yeah,
I think his question on the cumulative.
Yes.
Yes.
We need the cumulative. Explain the cumulative. Because when you explain the 5 billion,
yes,
and now you will not achieve that. Because we are asking about the cumulative. We want to know how much was for PAPs. Assuming the government counterfund funding is meant to set up PAPs. So
and remember, you said the project closed.
The project closed, and the engineer had said 1% was for those operations, then the 99% was for counterpart funding. So we are basing on that, at least to have some figure to rely on. So help us, give us the exact figure to rely on.
Through you, Chair, I would request that since this is a cumulative figure over the period, and counterpart funding includes even the facilitation of the activities to enable compensation, at the moment I am not in position to extract specifically the money that goes to went to
just go to the accounts. Here we don't talk stories, you talk accounts.
It's a cumulative figure over the years.
Exactly. You can still, over the years, there is information relating to what you're talking about.
So I think the request he's making to quickly go through the accounts and pick for the previous years.
Maybe, Chair, through you, Chair, let me maybe now expand it. Chair, I have with me the parliamentary committee report when they were looking for this funding. In this report, rightfully so, the accounting officer said the funding was 121,405 USD. In this breakdown, which you people have failed to give to us, there is project administration and management. And from the accounting point of view, that's where that supervision and everything fall. Now, that was 3.8 in total with audit and others, 3.883 million US dollars. So I would expect if you are, the team is going to the field, an accountant will have to tell us, these are the account codes to charge, not now the RAP part of it. So maybe we need some to hear from you, accountant.
Have you understood it, sir?
I beg your pardon, sir.
Okay. With me, I have a breakdown from our team, which breaks down how the budget for this project. You have a budget line called project. Okay, there are 4 budget lines. Component one is grid extension and last mile connection, which was which was allocated 104 million US dollars. Project administration and management has project supervision and management $2.4 million. Audit services 158 thousand US dollars. Operating expenses $1,315 million. Then 3, technical assistance and capacity building, $358 million. ESMP stroke ESMF stroke ARAP and tree planting. That's now the counterpart financing I'm talking about. It is $9,355,000. So the explanation you're giving this committee is that part of this RAP money, which had a clear budget item, and the operating expenses wasn't part of this because it's already budgeted for and given $2.4 million, is you are charging operating expense from the RAP money. That's what you are telling this committee. Can you confirm that? And if yes, what did the $2.4 million do? Which was meant for operating expense?
Yes, can you confirm that that is correct before he answers?
Honorable Chair, in the design of these projects, indeed, we do have a component of project administration and management in terms of the operational costs of running the project implementation units, payment of wage and non-wage.
Thank you. Do
Now, when it
you
comes-
agree that counterpart funding was meant for RAPs,
Now,
project affected persons?
What we can clarify is, because when we are doing the resettlement action planning, they are associated activities to this resettlement action planning. When we are doing the RAPs, we have to, of course, undertake the valuation, work with CGV, go through disclosure. These might not necessarily have been under project admin costs as originally designed, but as part of the RAP, we must execute it, and we most likely, and we can confirm, these $2.44 million, will verify, must have gone to those associated activities for the RAPs. Because usually you can't predict and estimate exactly what you're going to spend on these RAPs. So it must have been the field-related activities to support the execution of the RAPs.
As the accounting officer, do you know how much the project closed? Do you know how much in total? How much money was spent on project affected persons in total?
In total, Right Honorable, we can give that quick breakdown, and that's the 17 that we wanted to quickly categorize. And by now, Kawase should have that figure.
Kawase, do you want to
the
answer?
The project manager has it. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. To clarify on the figures, yes, the project had 4 components under the financing. That's the works. There are 4 categories. There's works. Then we have services where we have the project administration. Then we have the operational costs, and we had ESMP. Now the ESMP and RAP services, that's the GOU component, the $9.335 million. So the operation, the project administration and management was mainly financing consultancy services. That is the supervising consultant. We also had feasibility studies for future projects under the same financing. Then the other component went to works and goods.
I missed your name. Your name is?
Engineer Samuel Bishop.
Engineer Samuel. Do you have the Auditor General's report?
Yes, yes.
Can you read on page 9? Read on page 9 below the table. Kindly read that statement by the Auditor General. Page 9, below
the table. The delays in compensation of PAPs was attributed to the failure by government to avail counterpart financing in a timely and consistent manner. Notably, the bank granted a no objection for the utilization of uncommitted loan funds amounting to $3.6 million for compensation of PAPs.
And that in total, Uganda shilling 3.6 million is total how much?
About 12.6 billion.
About 12.6 billion.
Yes.
When we add it to 17.2, is that, am I correct? It goes to total of how much?
29, yes.
Total of how much?
29.7 billion.
29.7 billion.
Yes.
That was available for compensation. For compensation.
Yes.
How much did you compensate?
27, about 27 point.
No. You read the table 5.
Okay. Thank you, Chair. That part of our clarification and response to this query, GOU contribution towards compensation was about 14. The total amount that went towards compensation of PAPs, that is the 15,096 PAPs that were reported in this report, mainly utilized the GOU counterpart financing that contributed about 14.6 billion. Then the
engineer.
Yes, please.
Engineer.
Yes, Chair.
I've done the simple mathematics. The simple mathematics is you have 17.2 from GOU, Government of Uganda. You have used 12.6 from the donor.
Yes.
That gives you an opportunity to have 29.7 or 30 thereabout. Now in table 5, PAPS paid is 14.6. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
And you're here explaining that the other money goes into, they said that it goes into advanced team. So do you want me to believe that the 16 billion went in advanced team and you're only able to pay 14?
Thank you, Chair. At the time of audit, that's by December, we had not utilized the financing from the African Development Bank, the $3.6 million US. But I'm giving an update as of the status. At the time of project closure, that's by 31st of March of this year, we had spent a total of about 27 billion on compensation of PAPS.
Engineer, don't confuse me. Alan, come in. Come in.
Yeah. Chair, today, just now, they have laid this document before us. We assume this is an updated financial position of this project since it has closed. On your page 5, you're still stating, in fact, you've reduced on the percentages. On page 5, table 5, this document has been laid to the committee just today morning. You are still giving us the same figures. But even the auditors are saying the last audit was in June 2025. I don't know. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, the 27 is for when? Because auditors would have captured that. And if you had an additional statement or adjustment, you would have brought it, you would have included it in this document. Maybe you have not seen it. Can you just help us locate what you're telling the committee?
Before you come in, to make my question well, but you see the simple logic. The auditor was able to know that you used the 3.6, and that's why he captured it. Now, it does not rise for you to say at the time of audit, we had not used. You can't say that because the auditor captured it. If you had not used, he wouldn't have captured it. So confirm that the 16 billion went for your team, and I need to know how many people you used to assess RAPs.
Thank you, Chair.
And answer Honorable Alani's question.
Thank you, Honorable. One of the queries from the Auditor General was under absorption, where in the audit report they queried under absorption of about 13.8 billion. So that the under absorption was exactly the 3.6 million US dollars that had been transferred. So, and at the time we mentioned when we were responding that amount would be utilized within the remaining financing period. So that was under absorption that was not used. So by that time, the money had been transferred to the account, but it had not been spent.
Chair, Engineer Bishop, under absorption can't apply here. This is $3.6 million. They have authorized you, the bank has authorized you, because you have a challenge with cash. Meaning, the 17 billion, which was disbursed by government of Uganda, used up. And you are rightfully showing it to us in your financials on page 12, whereby you have income of 17 billion and equally expenditure of 17 billion. We were intentional to ask you on the side of expenditure, the 17 billion was used for what? Engineers Dom helped because you, I don't want to use the word failed to avail it to the committee. He said roughly 1% was for operational expenditure, then 99%. Now, which percentage? I see you shaking your hand now denying what you said on record. Can you tell us which percentage was for PAPS and which one was for what you're saying of operation or something?
The 1% I'm talking about, there was a component of afforestation Which is one
tree
for
planting.
us. Yeah, tree planting. Yeah. That's 1% that I'm talking about, but not operations.
Then PAPs.
Eh?
PAPs.
1% was for that tree planting. The rest of the money were for compensation.
Now,
you are saying
now,
the same thing different.
Honorable Alan, they've gone back to lying.
Mr. Chair.
Abdon, when the PS said here, we said operational. So tree planting is operational? Eh? Tree planting is operational?
Chair, I didn't say one.
No, kindly get serious, Abdon. We were looking for how much was operational and how much was for PAPs. And you came in, you said 99% was for paying project affected persons. Isn't it what you said? And the operational was about 1%. Now we are bringing back the figures. You're saying what? Tree plant. Honorable Gahima, you have something itching you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
On counterpart funding?
Yes. In my view, I am seeing a lot of dishonesty. And maybe we shall be guided. Sometimes these people need to take oath before submitting their what? Submitting their responses. One of them indicated that he highlighted cumulative figures for this particular project. In my view, this is a disclosure which does not negate you to do your end of year fine accounts. And the figures we are asking for are supposed to be in the financial statements of the year that was audited. But you are trying to confuse us with your disclosures of the cumulative figures. So to bring out cumulative figures, you are trying to disclose the progress of the project. But for that particular financial year, you are supposed to tell us how much was spent on the project affected people, specifically and from your own accounts.
Thank you.
That's number one. Number two, I understand you operate using chart of accounts. And chart of accounts are very specific and clear. So mixing administrative costs with the project affected people, it really confuses me. So confirm to this committee that you are using your own creative accounts other than legally provided chart of accounts that should be able to help you separate these expenditures and give us appropriate information other than trying to meander, confuse. We really need to move by the legally provided chart of accounts in respect of project accountability.
Thank you. Honorable PS, I really don't want to put you people on oath. I don't want it. Please don't force me. Please. How you'll force me is when you continue with not telling the truth. It's something I wouldn't want. Honorable Angura.
Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, this audit report as submitted in accordance to Article 163(4) of 1995 Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, I forward herewith audited financial statements of the above mentioned project for the audit year ended December 2025. So take note of that time. But also, Chair, when you look at page 9.
Are you on counterpart funding?
Yes, yes. I'm on counterpart funding.
Yes.
The provision of 3.6 was to support you manage the PAPs. But now, look at the management response that was given that time. Management stated that the budget challenges have greatly affected the PAP's compensation, but through bank reallocation of uncommitted donor funds to RAP budget, compensation of RAPs is ongoing under lots 4, 5, 11, and 12. More engagements are underway for financing the outstanding obligations to avoid similar occurrences in future projects. RAP costs are proposed for consideration as part of loan financing, which will address the potential reputation risk of government projects. So here, you responded actually by requesting in the near future that we would be seeking financing at once from partners to include even counterpart funding to deal with the RAPs. So in this case, what literally we are looking at and considering here is this 3.6 was provided by the time the audit was being done, not by the time you're winding up the project at the closure of the project. So in this case now, our challenge here is 12 plus 17. How much was used for PAPs? Because here it tells us 40% is what had been paid.
Thank you. Thank you much. PS, I want us to leave that matter, but just take note. You utilized 16 billion. You utilized 14.6 to pay PAPs out of the available funds of more than 29 billion. So you need to explain to that you show us, among the things you show us, how the other 16 or 15 point something billion was utilized. You, in your office, was it by movement? You're going to show us on that. Honorable Alan, proceed to another matter.
And before I proceed, I want to thank you for that observation.
Yes.
Exactly. Going by what they gave us in their statement and the auditor's report, the 3.6 makes 12.6 billion. Meaning now, if you had compensated only 14 billion to the PAPs, you have just scratched the government counterpart funding of 17 billion from government with a difference of 1 billion. You still have 16 billion to account. And remember, this is just 50% of government counterpart funding. That leaves this committee confused. There is something not adding up. Yeah.
So, project manager, kindly, we need that. PS, no, actually, you're the one responsible for accounting. Now that is another money to account for. And you want to explain something about it?
Just 1 minute, Chair.
Please.
Thank you so much, Chair. The African Development Bank approved the utilization of the funds, and in February 19th, we opened a special account in the bank for the ERAP. So after opening the account, the funds were transferred. But by the time the financial year closed, because for PAPs, we even after getting Chief Government Valuer approval, we do not proceed to acquire payment details when we've not confirmed funds. So when the funds were availed, we picked the payment details for PAPs. But by the time the financial year closed, that utilization on the 4 specific lots that had been approved.
Would you like to make a submission on that? That's what the chance I've given you. I've given you the chance, and through writing. Okay, as for me, for now, whatever you're explaining does not add up, because the auditor found out that you had 29 plus billions before you, and you utilized only 14.6. Any further clarification detail, I've given you the chance to do that. As for now, what we are recording, you are unable to account for that money. Okay? If you have a chance, you have a window for you to write to us and say, this is the truth, then our auditors will look through it and confirm whether that is right or wrong. When it is wrong, we will not come back to you. We will just make our statements. Honorable Alan, move to the next query.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, again to the accounting officer, we just want to get clarity from you. Why do we have too many extensions in this project? What happened?
Specifics about the extensions and which ones those were, I'll still invite the project manager to speak to them. Bishop.
It is simple. The man wanted to still remain the project manager.
Thank you so much, Chair and Honorable Alan. Just like we've highlighted, one of the challenges that affected the project was the compensation of project affected persons. And as part of the financing agreement, that was a government obligation. The project would not close unless that component was fully expended. Then the next one was the connection of last mile customers. When we procured materials, the project provided for procurement of materials and the contractors would do installation under the loan financing. However, the biggest portion of that connection was supposed to be implemented within the Umeme service territory. And Umeme challenged us that as per their concession agreement then, the responsibility of last mile connection was supposed to be for Umeme to do. So through continuous engagement, we engaged the bank on that aspect, requesting that they put a waiver so that we hand over the materials to Umeme in their concession area to connect like they had done under the grant. However, that was not granted. So the discussions went on until when UEDCL came on board, because for the components where we had UEDCL, the few connections, about 25%, UEDCL allowed and contractors connected. So when UEDCL came on board, the contractors remobilized and implemented also those last mile connections. So the two key deliverables informed that. And though the compensation has not fully been concluded because the project was going on and on, after engaging through Ministry of Finance, we engaged the funder. One, they allowed to allocate us additional financing to support the current compensation utilizing the funds on the loan. Then the remaining PAPs, because we still have PAPs on the completed projects, have not been fully compensated. So we also requested for additional financing that will come in as a loan, as also with part of the next subsequent project to support that component. So we still have about 32,000 project affected persons who are not covered within the project. Thank you.
Chair,
yes.
Did I get him well through maybe that you are going to ask for additional funding, which is coming in as a loan for the same project? Did I get you right?
To support the remaining compensation.
Now, this brings us to two questions. One is you have told this committee that you didn't close the project then because PAPs were not paid. Now, you have PAPs who are not paid up till now, but
and
you have
the
managed
project closed.
But the project closed. That is one. Two, we still have, in the accounts we can see some balances right now, as we'll see in your financials. But you are coming for another loan, I hear. That I really want to hear more about that if Chair allows.
PS.
We'll clarify how the additional obligation on the PAPs arose. Commissioner Abdon.
Yeah, Chair and members, it's true that we completed lines ahead of time.
Abdon, is there money on account on this project?
This one has to answer.
Thank you, Chair. As per the audit report of June 2025, the disbursement on the loan had been only 92.47%. But after we had an additional, the project was closing on 31st of March. So we have...
Is there money
about
left?
200,000, yes. $200,000 US dollars.
200,000 US dollars.
Yes.
How many PAPs can it compensate?
Oh, wow.
How much have you applied for the new loan to compensate PAPs?
For about 7.6 million euro.
Why did you go for a loan instead of pleading with the government? Because the reason for counterpart funding, the budget was by government of Uganda. Why didn't you apply or request government of Uganda to pay the balance?
Thank you, Chair. Of course, for all the steps we've taken, we've been engaging the government of Uganda through Ministry of Finance. Even for phase 1, the out of the 9.335, up to the end of the project cycle, like you clearly highlighted, we received only 17 billion. So, which is about $4.6 million of the component that had been provided for. So, because we had the challenge of closing the project, we engaged the bank and requested for utilization of the funds that had not been fully committed through the procurement process. We had the balance. We utilized the 3.6.
Because you know what that it means, eh? Mm-hmm. There is a project agreement. Mm-hmm. Government of Uganda was supposed to bring 34 billion. Mm-hmm. They only brought 17 billion. Mm-hmm. The people who are supposed to be compensated are Ugandans. Mm-hmm. Instead of you working hard that government allocates more money, you chose to apply for how much? 3 point what?
7.6.
7.6 translates to how much in Uganda shillings?
About 29 billion.
Whom are you paying? Chair, really? Chair, let me support you on this.
Just 1 minute. Yes,
we have, as you have rightly said, the bill for PAP was 34 billion. Government of Uganda committed to clear the 100%, the 34 billion. Government of Uganda was not in a position maybe to do it. They first advanced $4.6 million, which translates into 17 billion. The donor authorized you to use 3.6, which is 13 billion, to cover the gap. You're still telling this committee you still need 30 billion to do what? What changed?
Yes, then he responds.
Chair, thank you very much. I wanted to bring this to the attention of the committee that the report we're examining is as per 30th June 2025. This project closed 31st March 2026. Implying after giving out this report, we had 9 months. Therefore, when we are coming up with these queries, we want to have a conclusion. 30th June 2025, certain thing was identified, certain queries were identified by the Auditor General. In the 9 months, by the time we closed, how far have we gone? For example, by 30th June, we are supposed to have 153 connections. But 30th June report indicates we had only 54 connections.
Hold your fire. We are still on counterpart funding. When we finish, I'll come back to you on connections. Okay? P.S. He has given us another wonderful information. And here it is. You had a budget of 34, about 35 billion for PAPs. Government of Uganda and the donor raised about 30 billion. Engineer, I'm correct?
Yes, yes.
In actual sense, you may be in need of about 5 billion. You're telling us that the new loan that you have applied to cater for counterpart funding here is 30 billion. CID, are you around? Kindly pick interest in this one. And I need to know how far you go on it. Okay? That implies that you're going to go and investigate the PAPs in this project. Because then this is serious. And I'm sure what they've done is to increase. P.S. Tell us how it increases from 5 to 30 now.
Honorable Chair, when we are doing these way leaves, we keep validating these PAPs, working with the CGV. Allow me invite the project manager to clarify on what that validation has returned.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you, PS. The report of the Auditor General as of 30th June highlights the number of PAPs approved for payment by CGV as at that particular time. So, out of the number of PAPs and assessments that had been done, out of the total number of PAPs who had been assessed, CGV had approved for payment, meaning at that time, other reports were still with CGV for approval. So the discussion and presentation of the 34 reflects to the 37,000 project affected persons who had been cleared out of the assessments that had been done under the project. So the project has had 11 lots in various districts, and as of to date, the total number of affected persons is 61,134.
I knew. Certainly. Now the project closed. It is expected. But it's okay. We can end it there.
Yes.
CID, we need, I don't know whether you can easily give us information on that. We will discuss on how you're going to move.
Chair,
because then this is very serious.
Chair, this is very serious. Now, this audited report here we have, you know, when you say percentage and you say 37,000 is 100%, then you come to the committee and you say there are more. It requires an investigation for real, Chair. We find it very funny because.
Alan, let's move to the next query.
Chair, I'm being informed this additional amount was confirmed working with CGV after June 2025, the financial year of audit. So it was a work in progress.
You know, PS, for us, it becomes difficult for us to understand that you had a project since 2016. The project was moving, and you're discovering project affected persons at the tail end of the project. It doesn't make sense for us. It will not make sense for us unless a proper investigation is done. We may not be able to comprehend. We can't. At the tail end, the project is closing. This is when you discover new project affected persons. It can't make sense to us, PS. Kindly understand us.
Secondly,
we'll provide the information.
Secondly, PS, the Auditor General is giving us purposely, he's saying PAPs processed and ready for payment. PAPs not yet processed. So whatever number would have appeared here, if your argument is to hold. Okay. Chair, I want to
please continue to the next query.
One comment.
Yes.
PS and your team, are you aware that you cannot start a project when you have not handled and paid all the PAPs at least up to a 75% level? Because I'm wondering, the number is more than doubling. If the PAPs are now 61,000 as you are stating, and the original PAPs were 37,000, that's almost double. So does that mean you started using people's land when you have not acquired even above 75%? That is issue number one. Issue number two.
Not using land. They started the project before they identified the PAPs. Just identifying.
Just identifying. 75% must be known and they should be addressed.
Thank you, Honorable.
The second issue.
Is it still on PAPs?
On PAPs?
Yes.
I'm seeing the expenditure on the PAPs. And there is a component of environmental impact assessment as expenditure on part of the counterpart funding. in the annexure. Is that right? Is that right?
Biodiversity.
The environmental impact assessment. So when was that done? By the entity before the project started, or you are now doing it at implementation of the project?
Thank you.
We need to be clear. The Environmental Management Authority requires that it must be done before the project is started.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Would you want to answer that quickly?
Yes.
Then we proceed to the next one.
On the status of the environmental management plan.
Thank you, Chair and peers. The project requires that we undertake E&S audits to monitor progress and compliance and the environmental safeguards. So a consultant, because the counterpart was to cover the ESMP and RAP. So the E&S audit was part of the deliverable under the counterpart financing to audit the compliance of the project on safeguards aspects of the project. Thank you, Chair.
Chair.
I want to move to the next query. Honorable Wangura, I will give you on the next query. Let's make progress.
Chair, on the question I had asked, because I had moved on, to do with the extension of this project, I would request that they provide us with evidence from the bank, with no objection from the bank for the extension of this project. Those.
I'm good now.
Omweshongozi wawe ririye nabasoma question ngori kaenda yawe nowatine ruhanga yakukunda nakukunda isyata yayo taguriye tuletera Kampala omuli Serena Hotel ebiro makumesho tubikomana n'umwako kutandikana shamwenda emiryango neza kuba yegwirwe twatandikira kushemererwa jishuka ngo shigatirwa beshongozi ba gospel bakunda abaratere nanga tukashashanoka ukutaha muri mitwa leta VIP mitwaro 20 tebos a miliyoni 3 hamwe na nita neza bamazireyo kumanya bukitiraho erazura mushanje 8 50 59 nkaga ninda bishagikirwe.
Billions are invested, promises are made, projects are launched. But what happens after the ribbon is cut? Are public fans delivering results? Are communities seeing the impact? Every Sunday, NBS Television follows the money, audits the promises, and examines the projects shaping Uganda with facts, evidence, and voices from the ground. Fixing Uganda, auditing progress, demanding accountability. Every Sunday, only on NBS Television.
August 2026 is here! And Yada for Life presents Mujatu Sinze 2026 Nsima edition on Saturday 29th August 2026 at Imperial Royal Hotel with a lineup of heavenly voices and ministers. Are you grateful to God for what He has done and accomplished in your life? Do you have a reason to ultimately thank God for? Get your deluxe ticket for 30K, gold for 50K, platinum for 100K, and the table at 2 million. Doors open at 4 p.m. Buy your ticket at Unique Uniforms, Uganda House, and at House of Rest, former Fidodido. For bookings and reservations, call 0760-595-316 or 0708-766-536. Mujatu Sinze 2026 Nsima edition, and proudly sponsored by Yuga Tunes, Afro Mobile, Yuka TV, and NBS Music.
Some moments make headlines, others quickly shape our nation, but every moment matters. This August, step into Uganda's story through the eyes of one of its finest visual storytellers. Through the Lens is back. bigger, bolder, more compelling than ever before this August 7th, 2026. Witness the defining moments that shaped our nation, from the intensity of the 2026 general elections to the strength of our communities, the beauty of our culture, the courage of our leaders, and the resilience of our ordinary Ugandans whose stories deserve to be seen. Every frame tells a story. Through the Lens, Season 2. Experience Uganda's stories, one frame at a time.
Rikoze kutusako Khalifa Agalaga Nanyini ngato Nanyini kaviri Nanyini nyimba Chameleon wa generation eno Munasanga festival Muchibira Nkobe Piramidi Mukaga Agasi Nkobe Piramidi Mukaga Elweza Forest Resort Jango Boot Edition Jango ya Madenga Tuya Aganaga Eno festival ya Fefena Kwingene mitwale biri Yepi mitwale tano Walwe meze ya kakade Kukatane milioni satu Neyaba bende milioni tano abantu kwingena kubitano abasegendwe mutwalo aberekedwa kabayimbi bona niba comedians munasanga festival muchibira Forest Resort Elweza Luboaga City.
Better study tips. Scammers often pose as friends or family to gain your trust. Always verify requests for money or personal data, even if they seem urgent. A quick call to the person or company claiming to contact you can save you from falling victim to this deceit. In partnership with Uganda Communications Commission and NBS.
The payroll, then two, the activity program. Maybe how, because I can see some overspending on this budget line. I don't think and it's intentional, because in the electricity scale-up project, you have a very good table you have given us in your financials, which is showing budget and actual. But in this one, information is, you are mean with your information. You have not given us a budget vis-a-vis actual expenditure. So I would, through you, Chair, maybe they need to avail us that. Then, Chair, on the same note, page 9.
Before you go to another one, Honorable Angula raised something to do with counterpart funding, and my assumption is this is what was paid to project affected persons. Is that so? Am I correct? The 8.7 and the 5.7. Am I correct?
Honorable Chair, partly because we committed to give you the breakdown of exactly what contributed to this expenditure. Yes.
But you already gave it somewhere here. That's why I have some little knowledge about it. Somewhere you had a break. This is 5.7. Okay.
Please, we can get a schedule to that.
Before we proceed, Mr. Chair, in respect of what the PSA submitted in response to what Aaron had asked, when you look on the preceding year of 2024, you can also realize
on page
9.
Yes.
You can also realize that they used about 13 billion on human capital vis-a-vis a project of 32 billion. The ratio of human capital to the real scheme is significantly over and above. It's almost 50%. So in her submission, she should clearly indicate the beneficiaries of this consultancy fees and the key staff, the benefits that accrue to the key staff of the project.
Thank you. Confirm that PS, that these human capital, employees, consultancies fall within the project as the project was conceived initially over time. Because we are going to ask the Auditor General to give us information on the entire project report. So that, because I'm seeing a situation that more went into human capital than the actual project money, the project cost. Yet there was a project conception that such amount of money as was read by Honorable Alan would go for operational costs.
Chair, to know that this was really serious, they didn't stop on that. Look at the same table 4, page 9. You look at the total expenditure of 15,591,511,387 as total expenditure. Out of that total expenditure, you can see the component of program cost vis-a-vis capital budget. The total cost, the total program cost, which is human capital and others, took a lion's share of 12 billion, whereas the actual work, the project and the scheme took just 3,139,000,000.
Thank you. They've taken note of that. Can we then proceed to another one?
Yes.
I'm trying to run through. Yes.
Kindly interest yourself in this.
Yes.
And the team. Counterpart funding, as we read more, because we have just got these documents today, you see other issues which become a little confusing. Go back to page 9 and see the other operating expenses as counterpart funding, which is 8.753 billions. Are we there? And the note that is explaining that clearly is note 10.4, which is on page 16. Kindly go to page 16, members. The project description and the categories of expenditure, we are clearly indicating that they had operating costs and program support. Now, when you see the distribution of 10.4 and you see allowances, because that is the total of the 8.753 whatever billions, that column. But the first figure is allowances. Allowances to who? That is operating costs in any project. Should not really be on our counterpart funding, because that was purposely to compensate the PAPs. When you go to the next one, workshops, meetings, seminars, information and communication, welfare and entertainment, all on counterpart funding. To me, Mr. Chair, then it means that the funds were not actually expended for the purposes it was intended.
Indeed. I think we reached that conclusion where we saw they spent more on those ones you're trying to highlight versus the real...
The compensation of PAPs.
Exactly. Honorable Alan, take us to the next.
Yeah, the next item, Chair, maybe we'll go to the cumulative disbursements of this project.
Page?
That is page 5.
Page 5 of the Auditor
General's report. Chair, on this, there is table 1. Table 1 is showing us expected total disbursement as per the financing agreement, then the actual disbursement as of 30th June 2025, and an undisbursed funds, which shows 92% disbursement. Chair, maybe we need, the accounting officer need to tell the committee what is the status of the undisbursed fund of the 7.5.
You want current or as of the audit?
Now it's still as of the audit, because now I'm looking at the audit.
At the time of the audit.
The audit, yeah.
Yes.
So what is the status of this 7.5 undisbursed fund? Then,
Honorable Alan, be clear.
Okay. I have a number of questions.
The auditor has told you
yes,
that by the time of the audit, undisbursed funds was 7.5 million.
Dollars.
And now you're asking a status. Is it as of today?
No. Maybe it would be good to give us both. Even now, but now it's better to know what the money has done.
Okay.
Because you insisted, I expected maybe they would come with 2 reports, 1 as per the audit, 2 as per the status now. Then we get to know what's happening. Maybe this money is somewhere in Bank of Uganda. We need to hear from them.
Okay, maybe for now, unless they have the information off cuff, as of today, probably they've not audited.
Okay.
There is no audit report for the current year, but let us keep ourselves within the limit of the audit.
That's what I was asking, but your question triggered my extension now. I thought, but it's okay if we keep ourselves within the limits of the audit year. Now, I'm asking about the $7.5 million. Maybe I can ask for all, because also cumulatively, there is a donor fund on the grant in the audit report, the same audit report. The financing agreement is talking about 11,200,000 euros, and 10,950,654 was disbursed, and there is undisbursed of 254,346 euros. So the question remains on the same. We want to know.
Honorable Alan, you've left us.
I've left you. On page 6, sir. On
so
page 6.
Move with us.
Okay.
Move with us. Say, when you move to a page, you tell us I'm on this page, on this document.
Okay.
We don't want you to come with your other documents and you read them here.
No, sir.
You move.
Chair, that's page 6. I'm still on page 6. Then we also have counterpart funding from the government of Uganda. We have discussed this. But the financing agreement obligated the government to contribute $9.3 million. Out of that, according to this audit report, $4.6 million was disbursed, and we have undisbursed 4.690, which is a 50% disbursement. So we also want to know about the status of this disbursed fund. But to sum it up, Chair, if we go to the accounts, to the financials from the ministry, it's page 12.
Accounts, page 12, Auditor General's report.
Not now financials, say on the
Auditor General's report on the page of financials. Are you there, members? Page 12 of the financials.
The cumulative statement of receipts and payment as on 30th June 2025. On that, are we there, members? On that, you can clearly see that the entity received 10,950,654 million euros, and it was all expended down. Again, the entity received Government of Uganda counterpart funding of 17,293 million. Government of Uganda counterpart funding, that's table 7, which was also expensed. However, the FDB loan account reveals the entry received 146 million in the USD AFD loan. You can see that figure? Now, out of that, you can imagine, in the auditor's report, we have over 92,469,000
On page 5.
On page 5. On your report, page 1. In the auditor's report is page 5, depending on which document you are using. On this document, it's page 1. The auditor is reporting that the amount which was disbursed was $92 million, whereas from the bank or from the donor, whereas here in your account you are showing it was only $65 million which was disbursed.
So yes, confirm that you've seen that because you signed these accounts.
Honorable Chair, we've seen, we are looking at the figures.
You're moving with him, eh? Because you're highly responsible. You even signed these accounts.
We are following.
Yes. So Chair, would maybe the committee is interested, accounting officer, to know what happened to the difference of $27.3 million. That's
65.92. The accounts you signed are showing $65 million from African Development Bank. And here, actual disbursement as of 30th June, 92 million. Let's begin from there before Honorable Alan asks other questions.
Let me the project manager and accountant on this project to just speak to that, specifically Kawase Enoch.
The works contracts that we have with the contractors, they had actually all of them had two currencies. They had the US dollar component, and then they also had the UGX component. If you realize, these are cumulative amounts. Now, we pay the invoice in the currency that has been requested. So, ideally, you have some invoices that were dollar invoices. That is what culminates into the 65. And then you have the UGX invoices. So for the cumulative figures of those invoices that were paid to the contractors that were in UGX, that's how you come to the 129 billion. But ideally, the loan is in the total.
That's how you come to the 92. Eh?
Sorry?
Don't confuse me.
So the 65, the 65 are the total US
I was following you.
Yes, Chair.
Because you had taken me to say that on this table, on page 12,
yes,
I am seeing what you're saying, that we have the cumulative figures. Some are in US dollars,
yes,
others are in Uganda shillings.
Yes.
Yes. And the question was, on page 5, you have the cumulative figure to be 92.
Yes.
US million dollars. Here, in FDB, you're having 65. So move us properly and make sure we arrive where you want us to go.
Okay, thank you very much, Chair. The contractors that were on the project.
Some are paid in US dollars?
Not some. Their contracts have both a USD component and a UGX component.
Okay.
But the total loan is a USD. It's under US dollars.
Yeah.
So ideally, the cumulative figure that you are seeing, each of these columns, that's why you have the grant, the USD, the invoices paid in USD, then the invoices paid in UGX. So that is why you have those in euros are the costs on the grant.
Yeah.
Then those in the USD are the invoices that were paid in US dollars. Then the UGX cumulative are the invoices that were billed in UGX. So ideally, the 125 will be 129. That is now
29, yes.
The 129 will then be divided by the rate of the US
It's
dollars.
translated to how much? It will not then be.
Sorry.
Because by the time you came up with 92,
Yes.
you should have converted this. 129 translated into how much?
I need to compute that. Sorry.
The accountant can help you. Are you the accountant?
Yes, yes,
Eh?
yes, yes, yes.
Hey, please answer. Because that is how you make us arrive. Honorable members, you see what he has explained. He has explained that the project, the payment, the invoices they pay are both US dollars and UGX. That's why on one hand they have the US dollars and on the other hand they have the UGX. So he needed it to make us arrive by saying the 129 billion you're seeing translates into this amount of US dollars. That's what we added to the 60. That's the kind of... where are you going that side, sir?
Yes, sir.
You go there, and I don't want to speak for you. Because you're turning me a member of...
But Chair,
yes.
The source could have been clearly stated in the document. Otherwise, if the source is not clearly stated in the document, it could be an import.
Do accountants provide the source? Do you? Of the table, I think he's talking about the table. Source of information.
Yeah.
So
the source is already they have signed.
They've signed. Once they've signed, that is the fact.
The
Now,
accountant has signed.
my friend, conclude on that.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman.
Chair, I did.
I meant when he makes his report, the funding, the component of the 65, where he's saying it's partly in Ugandan shilling and partly in US dollars. When it's in Uganda shilling, he could have stated clearly that it is a translation. If we are to compare, to make it arrive, to make us
Honorable
arrive.
Alan, can you help our colleague?
Yes. Let me hope. Let me hope that's what you're saying.
Gentleman's response.
Yes, I know, because he seemed to be coming from the same. Do you agree with him? Is it the conversion and everything?
Yes, the conversion, and there is actually they are notes down on that same page.
Now, what's your spot rate? Which spot rate did you use to get to 92? Yeah.
No, I don't want to go into the rate, but he must know how much that 129.6 translated into.
That's the spot rate.
Abdon, I'm not going to give you this, my friend. You're going to lie. Because you want us to move.
Some question.
Abdon, you're going to lie. The accountant is still now making the mathematics. Yet at this level, these are matters, because it was as easy as you telling us that, this translated to this. Even when I tried, you're still adding. Honorable Alan, do you have something else to ask on that?
Of course, Chair, haven't been, he has not responded.
He is not responding. Please continue.
Okay, thank you. Chair.
Yeah, can I make some comment?
Can I continue with him so that we can make progress?
Chair, maybe the audit also observed that there was a low absorption of fund during the year, which he was trying to raise. And in that, we wanted to know, because if you look at table 9 of the financials, or page 9 of the financials.
Page 9?
Yeah. Chair, you will realize that we have an opening balance. Page 9, yeah? Yes. We have an opening balance of 652 million. Are we there? Table 4?
Uganda shillings.
Uganda shillings. 652 million Uganda shillings. With that, there was an addition, money received of 28.8 billion Uganda shillings in the same financial year. So it gives us a total revenue in terms of that year of 29.48 billion. But only 15.591 billion was spent. That raises a number of questions.
Yes.
And that
you comprehend the question?
That gives us cash in the bank Bank of Uganda of 13 billion seated. And when we are addressing the issue of PAPs, you say there was no money. Before that, let me ask, why the accounting officer, why the delay of connections when funds are available? Do you have money in the bank seated, 13 billion? Somewhere you are talking of meme refusal or something for part of this money.
Honorable Alan, yes. Some small speed, eh? Okay. Because now you're adding two things. You're saying money is available. And to the tune of how much?
13 billion 907 million.
Accountant, can you confirm that?
951,468.
Can you confirm that? Or he has taken you in a high speed?
No, it's okay. Many thanks, Chair. Now, the 13.907 billion. Oh, apologies. The 13.907, the 13 billion 907, 951,468 is inclusive of the $3.6 million that was given to us as assistance to payment of the PAPs in Lot 4, 5, 11, and 12. So that is about 12.6 billion of this 13 billion was used to pay PAPs in the period after 30th June 2025, and that money was spent.
Chair, maybe I don't know whether I will end. If that is true, specifically if you used this money, yes, 3.6 to pay PAPs,
yes,
I would request you to go to table 9, and I want you to use your calculator to deduct.
Page 9?
Page 9, yeah, table 9. Page 9, table 5.
Page 9, table 5.
Yeah.
That is table 4.
Statement of receipts
of the financials.
Not in the financials. Page 9 of the auditor's report.
Page 9 of Auditor General's report.
Yeah. That's where the 3.6 is.
Yes. Clearly
yes.
Ask your question.
Now we are converting the 3.6 to 12.9 billion. Now, just deduct that from the amount you've paid, if you want, and the 17 billion you received from government. Really, I don't want to tell Chair, because Chair, this should go on oath. We want to know the breakdown of the 17 billion. Chair, that is very important, I'm telling you. Because this money is coming from the bank, 3.6. Now they are telling us they used this money to clear the balance in the bank on the almost after the audit. But government of Uganda gave 17 billion, which was meant, according to the project document, to cater for the PAPs. Here we are, they are still going to come back to look for more 30 billion for the same item. Chair, identification of PAPs is done at the inception before the project. It's not at the tail end. There is a lot of money. This is a big difference in this project item or budget item. This needs to be investigated, Chair, with all due respect.
But we requested them to give us an update.
Yes. What I'm rejecting is that the 3.6 is going to reduce the cash at bank as per June 2025.
Accountant, he's not satisfied that the 3.6 is going to reduce?
Many thanks, Chair. Like my project manager was earlier on explaining, the $3.6 million was not paid in the period ending June 2025. The project had an extension to 31st of March 2026. So the expenditure of the 3.6 million is going to be seen in the closing financials of this period. And that is what my project manager was explaining under PS earlier. So ideally, part of this 13 billion, 13.9 sits the $3.6 million, which we converted to about 12.6 billion.
Okay, Honorable Kahima, you had something?
Chair.
Honorable Kahima, you had something?
Excuse me, Chair.
Chair, something.
Honorable Kahima?
Yes.
I don't know whether this is Mr. Davis Warugari.
Enoch Kawase.
Enoch Kawase. The accountant. You're talking about the accountant?
Okay.
Project accountant for this particular project.
Okay.
But the head of accounts is here, Dr. Bargahad.
So the accountant is trying to say when they converted this money, it was about 12 billion. Am I right to see to?
live at 1.
A very good afternoon, and thank you so much for keeping it NBS Television. Welcome to NBS Live at 1 with me, Tracy Kansime. Today marks the 33rd coronation anniversary of Kabaka Ronald Muwenda Mutebi II. The celebrations are taking place at Watoto Church in Boyogerere. We take a moment to listen in to the remarks by the Prime Minister, the Katikiro Charles Peter Maiga.
Linguistic and behavioral patterns. Since the Tower of Babel, to be English or French or a Muganda or a Kenyan or a Nacholi like Lalobo I met here is a God-sanctioned occurrence. Or a Nacholi like Lalobo I met here is a God-sanctioned occurrence. Globalization tends to turn the human race into an omelette. All people must be whipped into one. They say, your ways are bad. Your way of life lacks global appeal. Those beliefs keep you glued to a gloomy past. Your language isn't universal. So we must have fortitude, ladies and gentlemen. We must have courage to preserve and promote what defines us. I've just mentioned what I witnessed at the demise of Queen Elizabeth II of England. There was a ritual of informing the bees and of the goats of the Queen's passing. Can you believe this? And there was the broken wand ceremony, where sticks signifying the official end of the Lord the English as modern people, and you witness these cultural practices, then you understand that culture is a set of people. Modern is what trends, but culture is a set of beliefs or values steeped in a people's heritage. My friend,
this particular development and this particular event continues live on Sanyuka. The Uganda Communications Commission has received 20.9 billion shillings from telecommunications infrastructure provider, the American Tower Corporation, Uganda, to support expansion of communication services in underserved communities through the Uganda Communications Universal Service and Access Fund. Speaking at the handover in Kampala, the Minister of State for ICT and National Guidance, Joyce Sebugwao, said partnerships between government, regulators and private sector players are critical in expanding access to digital services. The UCC Executive Director, Nyombi Tembo, said contributions from industry stakeholders enable the Commission to implement programs aimed at ensuring more Ugandans have access to communication services. ATC Uganda Chief Executive Director Dorothy Semanda said the company's contribution reflects its role in supporting telecommunications growth through shared infrastructure.
Government must step in to ensure that the benefits of digital progress reach all Ugandans, regardless of locations. The contribution being handed over today represents more than legal compliance. It reflects responsible corporate citizenship. It ensures that companies prospering in Uganda invest back into our nation's development.
Our minister, a regulator, sits in a very challenging position. We sit in the middle of these operators, government, and the consumers. We have to be in the middle, in there. But I want to repeat, like I've already said, you can't regulate something that doesn't work. So our work, that's why you see our work sometimes tends to go to look like we are facilitators. And we shall continue to do that, to facilitate the operators to do their work.
I can tell you that a lot of work has been going on in the sector over the years to ensure that this broadband policy meets its obligation and its mandate. But more importantly, we see Ugandans connected digitally.
Tororo District has received a major boost in healthcare service delivery following the commissioning of a 2.1 billion shilling staff quarters at Tororo General Hospital. While health officials say the facility will improve emergency response and help reduce maternal deaths by keeping critical medical workers closer to patients, security leaders have warned beneficiaries that the accommodation must translate into better service delivery and renewed public trust in the district's health system. We have the details.
Tororo district leaders have officially commissioned a two-story staff quarters at Tororo General Hospital, a facility expected to accommodate at least 18 medical workers serving at the hospital. Constructed by the UPDF Engineering Brigade at a cost of 2.1 billion shillings, the building was funded as compensation under the standard gauge railway project after the hospital's former staff quarters were affected by the railway construction. The newly completed project, delivered within the stipulated time frame, is expected to improve emergency healthcare services by ensuring that critical medical personnel are readily available on call.
It has not been very good. You get a mother with a complication, need to go to theatre, then the doctor is not there. If a doctor is there, the anesthetic officer is not there. A mother cannot be operated without those two people. So definitely there's been a delay because the ambulance must go and look for them wherever they are. Mothers end up dying.
District security leaders have, however, cautioned the health workers who will occupy the new facility to demonstrate professionalism, commitment, and dedication to duty, saying quality service delivery is key to restoring public confidence in the health sector.
The clients in the hospital, for the hospital here, have been referring this facility as a death trap. I call upon the medical workers and all the people who give health services in Tororo district to make sure that the 16 twin buildings we have commissioned today becomes the final catalyst in changing that statement of this trap to modernity. The equilibrium of the reaction should now change.
Despite the milestone, only 18 health workers will benefit from the new accommodation out of more than 100 medical staff at the hospital. District leaders are now appealing to the Minister of Health to construct additional staff housing to improve staff welfare and enhance service delivery.
We have shown an example to Minister of Health. We would like to kindly request them. There is still very big space here. This one is only going to accommodate 18 health workers, but we have space. I would request that they support us to add more of this type of blocks.
Now, the State Minister for Bunyoro Affairs, Mary Grace Magasa, is set to launch the construction of a Women Empowerment Center in Masindi District, an initiative by the Women Member of Parliament, Dr. Florence Asimwe, that will empower women, especially pushing for livelihoods. Now, according to leaders in the district, handouts are not a reliable source of livelihoods. Rather, this center will empower women with hands-on skills that they will become self-reliant. This afternoon, we're joined by the Bureau Chief, Alan Mwesigwa. Very good afternoon. Many thanks for joining us. Now, if we were to look into the impact of this particular center, what do you think will mostly be significant to the beneficiaries?
Very good afternoon, Tracy, and good afternoon, Uganda. In the meantime, as we speak now, the woman member of parliament for Masindi, Dr. Florence Asimwe, is having a drive around Masindi, mobilizing people to be able to attend that function that is going to be happening in a few minutes from now, but they'll be joined by the State Minister for Bunyoro Affairs, Grace Mary Mugasa. According to what the woman member of parliament says, most women keep asking for handouts every now and then, but then to her that is not sustainable, but it is more of having a women empowerment center where they can be having a trainers to skill the young people, to skill the women, so that they can be able to sustain their lifestyles. Because asking for funding, asking for handouts every now and then may not be sustainable, but also looking for members of parliament, district chairpersons, and their councillors to be able to support them in case of burials or any other ceremonies. That may not be good because sometimes you may not have these people be able to come in handy. But then if you have a skill, for instance, in weaving, you have a skill you're doing in mechanics, you have a skill of doing fashion and design, you can be able to have your own money and become self-reliant, especially those that can be able to fund for their families, because we know the number of families that are being managed by women or being taken care of by women, because we have a lot of single mothers because their husbands may be passed on, or some of them, they're not responsible husbands to be able to care for their families. But then you have children that are supposed to be going to school. You have a number of necessities that you're supposed to fulfill at home. So if you do not have an income generating activity, it becomes a little hard. Then you become a beggar at the end of the day. For them, that is very, very significant because you're looking at 3 constituencies that make up Masindi district. You have Ujanje County, you have Ruli County, and then Masindi municipality with the now 4 members of parliament. She believes if they can all come in handy and then fund that women empowerment center, then that would be a good one, having teachers train the women wherever they are so that they can be self-reliant. Wait to see what the State Minister for Bunyoro Affairs will be telling the women, but also men, in terms of being responsible fathers and responsible husbands, but also what women need to do more so that they can be able to sustain lives even when they do not have husbands or men at home. That's it. We're just waiting when that event starts. But of course, in the meantime, the drive is on, calling upon people to be able to attend that session, but to be happening, I believe, in about 30 minutes, so that people can be able to get the message, but also get transformed and understand why this center is very critical for the people of Masindi, specifically women. For now, that's it. It is a little shiny in Masindi, but of course, back to Tracy at the Political Command Center, and good afternoon.
Good afternoon indeed. Enjoy that bit of sun. Well, from Bunyoro, we want now to head to Fort Portal, where construction of the Fort Portal city headquarters has resumed after stalling for more than 6 years, reviving a long-delayed project expected to ease office congestions and improve service delivery. Since Fort Portal was elevated to city status, many staff members have been forced to share cramped office space, while others have had no offices at all operating from the former municipal headquarters. The completion of the new administration block is expected to provide adequate workspace for city employees and enhance the efficiency of city operations. We are joined by Julius Navimanya. Julius, many thanks for joining us. Let's get into the project in itself and what could be the expected time for completion of this project.
To begin with, this is the headquarters we are talking about, and the person you see here next to me is the mayor Fort Portal Tourism City, Reverend Chintu Muhanga. Is the one I want to push all these questions to, but also to tell us the challenges these headquarters are going to address. You are welcome, Mayor. We are live on NBS. What are some of the challenges this headquarters is going to address, and how have you been managing?
Thank you so much, Julius. Good afternoon, viewers of NBS. Good afternoon, the people of Fort Portal Tourism City. Fort Portal Tourism City, for so long, we've been staying in the Boma structures that actually was constructed many years back ago by the British government. But as of now, we also thought it pertinent to have our own headquarters, so that we can actually do our work with efficiency, transparency, and accountability. Boma offices have actually been too small for us. You know, since we became a city, the number of our staff force increased, So we've been having little space to occupy all our staff. So the structure behind me is big enough to occupy and swallow all the staff of Fort Portal City Council. So having it constructed is actually a dream coming to pass.
Talk to us about the budget. How much funds are you looking at to complete this work and in what timeline?
Yeah, so far where it is, it has consumed more than 6 billion and we still need more than 3 billion to have it completed. But I'm grateful to the Minister of Finance and also Minister of Local Government because they have promised to give us more money. They are going to give us 1.3 billion shillings, at least for roofing and doing some finishing on the structure. Then along the way, they're also going to give us more than 1.5 billion to have the structure completed.
Those are big monies you are talking about, billions. Won't this call for Honorable Minister Baram to investigate all? Is it worth it?
No, of course it is the minister that's giving us. Portal is going to have its own headquarters. You know, we've been housed in the old bomber structures that are not good looking. You know, Fort Portal is a tourism city, unique in its character, unique in creation. So we surely need a headquarter that is befitting our tourism status.
Thank you so much, Mayor, for being with us this afternoon.
Okay.
That is it from Mayor Fort Portal Tourism City. I can't add, I can't subtract any of his word, so I return to you at the Political Command Center.
Many thanks, Julius Navimanya. Hopefully it is one that befits a tourism city. That is Fort Portal. We're now taking a very short break. NBS Live at 1 returns shortly with many more stories.
And that's it for today. Till the next episode.
Like a daily bando, like a daily bando, like a daily bando. Omuliro nguwulira muli mu mutima gukankana like drums. Kalakata, kalakata, endungu ya kusabula. We gonna do free on fire, free on fire, free on fire.
Looking for a household cleaner that truly delivers? Meet Apo, the antibacterial cleaning powder for bathrooms and surfaces. Apo is formulated for 3-dimensional cleaning. It's a scouring agent that scrubs off dirt and stains, a germicide that kills 99.9% of household germs, and it works with water to wash everything away, leaving your bathrooms and ceramics hygienic and sparkling clean. Keep up hygiene standards without breaking the budget. Switch to Apo today. Apo is available at supermarkets and convenience stores countrywide.
Abanyamusale n'abanyamukaka uko wamewuno anguse n'omwana w'omukana tinamu
Chimanja ekitalya mmere kibeera kimanja
muyinibase inembalala nga 5 Septemba 2026 okuyingira kugenda kuba mutwalo byepa emitwalo 2 golula emitwalo 5 ate pulanamu yakakane eminyeto gy'abanyankole gyona abayimbi b'omuka ayibambe mujaba w'ekitiribita lilipaza olundabe okuba w'eshongololo kati ngambe tedikulanga kulala yunivase inembalala nga 5 Septemba 2026 yelilipazo festival. Me have some snacks for you. Your man, papa, your granny and your picnic. Well, if I can, the snacks for you. Come pick anything you want. Some snacks for your tummy. Yummy, yummy.
Sam's, delivering memorable moments in every household.
Oh no, mumanyi! King Michael, yo! Atuse ku Serena Hotel mu Kampala ngalumu August mushoja atumye King Michael Coronation Concert shinze mtwalo 15 emeze y'abantu 8 ya milioni 3. King Michael agenda kuba endongo lukoba kurukoba hit after hit awurikidwa kabayimbi ba best be bonna ono dance star muja mu mwerabireko alina stamina alina momentum alina style ngalumu August ku Serena Hotel hategekedwa Supremacy Lounge orona wagirwa.
This is not just a run. This is a movement with purpose. Join us on 30th August 2026 at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds for the Cancer Run 2026. Starting at 6 a.m. Also taking place simultaneously in other districts across Uganda for the completion of the One-Stop Cancer Center at Nsambia Hospital. Registration is only 30,000 Ugandan shillings online using Gonza Pay. Gates are available at all Centenary Bank branches, Capital Shoppers outlets, Bread House branches, the Cancer Run office on Zimwa Road, Muyenga, the Rotary Uganda office at Nick Building, and Rotary clubs across the country. The Rotary Cancer Run 2026 is organized in partnership with the Parliament of Uganda, Centenary Bank, Crystal Water, and Next Media Group.
Reggae live in concert at Kololo Airstrip. Na Musambu August. Chifuro chigenda kubera. Get ready about the biggest Ugandan show. Mustari ya Kikompora, Waguru Matara, screen, stage, ne sound. Ngabiona. Ya Phenom Records. Sinye mtuare satwe. Are badingo konsa momo. Mtuare vili. Yeje mtuare tano. Are badingo kuzeku momo. Mtuare satu. Emeze yaba tumkage ya milioni bili. Yaba tumana ya milioni satu. Niga kamunyenye mumkaga tano kamunyenye bili zero. Otunge tiketi yawe. Reiji. Yata hawasan Uganda namani. Hati ninye tabembara. Hababushenyi. Higara. Yantonde. Habeibanda. Rukunjiri. Muije mrebo mwana wanyu. Nachtera. Nach Honda. No shotwagara mwejani vya nyomate. Ebishagara. Ebishapa stacking. Koranye nye. Kololo Airstrip. Musambu August. Bitegekedwa. Abitex Promotions.
Welcome back. You are watching NBS Live at 1 with me, Tracy Kansime. Women seeking maternal services at Bumanya Health Center 4 in Kaliro District have received a boost after Rotary Club Kampala donated a consignment of maternity equipment to the facility. Local leaders welcomed the donation, saying the equipment came at a critical time when the health center was struggling to handle the rising number of expectant mothers. They noted that the new assortments will help improve delivery services and ensure safer childbirth for women in the area who previously faced challenges due to lack of adequate tools.
When we came on ground then, there were a number of challenges that this sub-county faced with regards to safe water. There were about 3 of boreholes that we observed around, and most of them were dry, low yielding. The one which had a good yield
approach equipment for maternal and child health to help our mothers have better deliveries, also our children below the age of 5 be properly born without issues.
Here today we are delivering equipment to this health center to help mothers during giving birth to their children, to ensure that they safely bring these children into this world. So This partnership has been together with the district, District 9213, 9214, as well as Ministry of Health, as well as our mother club, Rotary Club of Bwegere Nambole, and we have been able to deliver these equipment so this health center can be able to benefit from it.
We have been having in our facility, Umanya Health Center, for a need for the kangaroo chairs. So we receive a lot of mothers who deliver preterm babies, and we need to do kangaroo mother care. But as a facility, we didn't have these chairs. So I want to send my sincere gratitude and thanks to the team of Rotary of Bweyogere Nambole that they saw this need through their needs analysis, and they donated to us 3 kangaroo mother chairs.
Now, still with Kaliro district, in a bid to extend clean and safe water to the rural areas within the district, the government, through the Eastern Umbrella Water Project, has commissioned piped water under the Chitega RGC water supply and sanitation system. According to the Ministry of Water and Environment, this is aimed at expanding proper sanitation and hygiene among the increasing population and also promoting socio-economic transformation among locals, schools and hospitals in the area.
When we came on ground then, there were a number of challenges that this sub-county faced with regards to safe water. There were about 3 of boreholes that we observed around, and most of them were dry, low yielding. One which had a good yield was salty. So faced with that challenge on ground, we realized that this sub-county was in dire need of safe water supply. And of course the ministry did whatever it took to mobilize resources to come on ground to implement this system.
We had Ruwasa initially, which provided the borehole water, but unfortunately the water was salty. Most of the boreholes along this stretch of Lake Chobe are salty, and occasionally they would dry. But now this is a permanent source of water, and I believe the people have been relieved. Only what I appeal to them is to quickly utilize the water, quickly extend the water to their houses and their homes. But also let them dig pit latrines. It is useless to have safe water like it is, and when you do not have a pit latrine.
This project has been constructed with support from the World Bank and the government of Uganda to a tune of 9 billion Uganda shillings to serve the sub-county of Bukamba and the surrounding areas, giving them water which is safe for domestic use as well as commercial use. This project gets water from the nearby Lake Choga, and we transmit it almost 5 kilometers from this treatment plant to the different areas.
I know they have designed it for 20 years, but we want even our Bazukuru or our grandchildren to come here 40, 30 years, that they also find it in perfect running condition.
In foreign news, U.S. President Donald Trump says an agreement has been reached for the complete disarmament of the Hamas in Gaza. There's been no official Israeli response to President Trump's announcement, but U.S. officials say if Israel does not withdraw as part of the agreement, Israel says it will not take any action until Hamas is disarmed with its weapons, tunnels and infrastructure. Hamas, on the other hand, is already saying that it is the other way around, that it expects Israel to withdraw and only afterwards it will disarm. It remains too early to judge whether this agreement will stick, but it marks the first time ever that Hamas has said it would completely disarm, which has been the announcing the agreement later on Thursday. Now, Trump said it was a critical step towards Gaza finally finally being governed by a new Palestinian government, the second phase of a U.S.-brokered release last October that includes the disarmament of Hamas. Well, as we come to the conclusion of NBS Live at 1, a reminder of what we currently have going on our platforms. Now, check in with the next radio team because right about now, MC Kasmel is on with, of course, a Chill Out. Be sure to also check in with Prince, who is on NBS Plus, and we're looking at Snack and Vibes right there. While right here, NBS Sport will certainly be switching from matters political to matters sport with Lunchtime Sport with Fifi Pinky and Stuart. Good afternoon.
NBS. Always.
Kutandikira ddala mu setup by'omupiira recruitment nga manager omupya osanga challenges oze osanzeewo system olina struggling okulaba osigaza abasambi abo oba tobasigaza wayinza okubawo ennono mu kukkiririza mu bukulembeze obubaddewo but of course tugezeza kuliyetinga trust eyo twali kuliyetinga bulungi nga tuweereddwa omukisa Kasujju ng'olukiiko olupya recruitment nebeera nnungi yali mu challenges but twasoboloza overcoming
kale kanzija katono nyoni okwaniriza bannaffe abaliko NBS the big political command center tubakulisaayo ku watoto ewabadde okusabira Ssaabasajja Kabaka Buganda emikolo gimu ku mikolo gitwogerako ejja kuyozeza bene ate n'okwongera okwanga enteekateeka Samula Nyinda beekolebera bingi nnyo ddala so tubakulisaayo yakulembeddwa mukwata ddamulako jange owekitiibwa Katikkiro wa Buganda ate kula gavumenti abeetekiikiriddwa Prime Minister maama wange Right Honorable Robina Nabanja Nakakumiro
ogamba family yo
kibi
ate goli wano mu studio
kibi okweyagaliza kati nange wedi okulanga tikwata mu studio tulina mu mukulu Steven erinnya ddala lintawanya ziri zimwangwiza wakati nga twogera ku nsonga ya tiimu y'essaza lya Busujju nti mu mbeera efaanana bwetyo wabadde bintu bingi transition okulembeze
tusobodde okuba nti okusooka twasekiwalinga abasambi netugenda mu maaso netusekiwalinga omutendesi ne backroom staff ye coaching staff but of course netufuna ne technical director Mukulu Karanzi Moses so entandikwa nebeera bwetyo naye badde nnungi mu mipiira 5 tusobodde okuwangula emipiira 3 kweja 5 ja first round era twesanze nga tuli mu kifo kya kubiri mabega wa Buddu ate gye tugenda okukyaza mu first round ku Sunday eno
simanyi ng'egi bakola fixes mwate mwakoloza nyaka 3 bino basanga
anti jibe 5 atogazi jirwa Busujju ono nga bwagambye ebyafaayo si bingi in terms of kuwangula naye as long as amasaza gakyasambibwa kitegeeza nti wakyaliwo essuubi lingi ddala gwe nga manager kiki kyokozeewo okulaba ng'essaza lino olisitula n'ekirala the game against Buddu oguddako kuba Buddu nga bwe baguyita si matooke kulya be bamu ku beeteesete be bamu ku batandika tutandika amasaza nga be bamu ku basuubirwa okutwala so musisinkana bataito hopefuls era tulaba wano mwanyinaze Ivan Mubiru kuba ye wa Busujju ate tulina omwegezi bwa Buddu ye producer waffe David olaba okubagana nga munaasamba tebeebuuza bayita wano ne bwe bati so gwe nga manager n'ogwo mugweteekedde mutya what are you doing for okwesaza lye Busujju oluyongero tutumula then n'omupiira gwammwe ne Buddu ahead of that match mweteeseteese mutya
okusookera ddala kituufu nga Busujju tulina byafaayo binene ngazi nnyo kuleka semi-final ya covid naye season eziyise nga 2 tuba tuva mu kibinja nga tugezaho kugenda ku semi-final naye nga kigaanamu naye ku mulundi guno mu nkyukakyuka y'obukulembeze twali kurutinga bulungi abazaani Busujju emu ku tiimu esinga okubeera balanced kuviira ddala ku goalkeeper egesa start ze nnungi okutuukira ddala mu attack eno gigisembera kubanga tulina finalist striker wa Singo mu Kiyimba Elias so tiimu eri balanced naye okuviira ddala ku mupiira gwa Buddu bwe twasembayo ng'oggyeko results nti gwagwa 2-1 naye we are the better team kola olunaku abalaba omupiira era bannabuddu bafuna ekyekanga dakika nga 3 ekisawe kyonna kisirise Busujju eseesa
nedda kituufu naye nze nalabanga bonna abasambako ene kituufu kyoyogedde but Buddu got the result
got the results no doubt naye kati nga tugenda ewaka tuteesetese bulungi ebyafaayo bya Buddu ng'ekyadde Kakindwa ku St. Luke si birungi ogwasembayo twagikubawo 2-0 so twagala okuuma ekyafaayo ekyo ku Sande era tebeeyibaala abajje nga abeetegese terigenda kuba ssanyu ku ssayo ya Buddu tweteesetese bulungi mu basambi ne recruitment akadisa kano katuyambye twayongeddemu abasambi 4 okwongera okwenyweza
ebintu biri njagala simanyi tteeka ey'okuteeka lino naddala kuli abazanyi then vis-a-vis your target zammwe kiki mutunulidde season eno kyamusami tusobodde okuba tufuna ab'Ekakindu ab'ewali ekiwawu awonawona baagala okumanya ttiimu yeteeseteese ab'Ezigoti awona Kikonge n'ebirano banagadde okumanya enteekateeka emutunulidde mutya this time around
twagala okufaananako amasaza amalala nga olaba bwe weekula esobodde okweteekateeka emyaka 4 nolaba nti season ewedde yawandiisa ekyafaayo nejja netwala ekikopo otunuya bannakyaggwe nja bbawa omukisa nti nabo balaba nti beeteeseteese basemberedde so ne Busujju tulimu ekkubo eryo lyerimu kulaba nga tweteekateeka okulaba nga tusembeera okutwala ekikopo ekyo so season eno tuli mu kkubo lyerimu okulaba nti tubaako we tutuuka mu kuwandiika ebyafaayo bya Busujju ng'essaza ku tteeka eppya nja kulowooza it's a yes and no space y'omupiira ffenna etumala omupiira gw'amasaza gulina bye gudimandinga tempo yaagwo physicality erimu abaana okusinga batera kubeera bato so tulowooza nti space ffenna etumala abakulu abayitayo ne bagenda mu ligi ne basamba basobola okudda gwo gwennyini gujja kubaako we gubateeka baba basobola bajja kusamba naye bw'ogenda mu talent development n'amasaza nti structure y'amasaza tuba tugitunulira nga breeder eri leagues ezawaggulu regional leagues big league ne super league abadde breeder bw'ogenda mu statistics kuviira ddala mu 2-4 bwetugezaako kuza abantu abasamba ne bagenda mu leagues ne badda njola nti wabaawo tujja kuba tuzibira talent ento ate zibadde zijjanga muki ojasanga abatendesi nga bakkiriza mu experience so baze experience ate mu kifo ky'abaana ate oba oli awo betwalizimbi nga bava mu masaza n'ekirala olw'ensimbi ziri mu masaza wajja baawo oyinza oleetawo kontana Musambi najja n'agaana okulinywinga contract ku ttiimu nga URA oba endala ng'ayagala ez'amasaza
kale ngenda kuba nkuddira katono nnyo njala kwegatta ku muganda ntaate ali mu ssaza ate nammwe ndigende maaso okuba mutunulidde byessadde bannaffe twogerako balyanaka abalemezi tebetambudde bulungi nnyo abawanguddeko jaso omupiira gumu gwokka mu rawundi eno so katusubire nti ku mulundi guno oba oliawo abawagizi essanyu lyabwe lijja kuba mu rawundi eyokubiri ate tusobole okuba nga otubulira embeera eryeta naddala eri abawagizi oba oliawo nga batulidde rawundi eyokubiri mu pakadde twogerako ez'amasaza ga Buganda kati bijjaguzo by'emyaka 33
Fifi ne Stuart ne Simi nate okubegattako olunaku olwaleero nange munnabulemezi mulyanaka newankubadde mugambye nti ebintu byaffe bibadde tebitambula bulungi naye ffe tukkiriza mu Katonda ali waggulu yagamba nti ffe tuli bamitwe so si mikira tusuubira nti tugenda kuva eno wansi mwe gye mutulabira ate tugende waggulu ttiimu ya bulemezi abantu bagirinamu essuubi lingi era basuubira nti mu mwaka guno bagenda kuba nga beetikka ekikopo kino era wano ndi ne patron wa timu eno agenda kubanga atubulira ebisingawo ku ebyo kubanga bataddemu ensimbi nnyingi era nga y'omu ku abo abataddemu ensimbi twagala atubulire omusimbi gwataddemu Mwai Mutalaga jangu oli live ku NBS ne NBS Sport otubulire ku nsimbi z'otaddemu n'abazanyi b'oleesa abapya osubirawo ekyenjawulo mu season eno
mu kusooka kwa byonna bonna abatulaba mwebale kwagala nnyo NBS ndi musanyufu nnyo lwa nsonga nti okunnoonyako yonna gye munsanze ne mwagala okuwa kyekifa ku ttiimu yaffe eya bulemezi kyenja okutegeeza abawagizi bonna aba bulemezi oba n'eggwanga lyonna tuli set kuŋŋaŋŋanga omuntu yenna oba ttiimu yonna ey'essaza egenda okuzannya ne bulemezi sente ze ntaddemu mu bulemezi tezinaba kunkolera bubi omukisa nkyagulina ekibinja kikyali open tukyasobola okuva mu kibinja oba n'okukitopinga olw'ensonga siyinza kwejjusa football is football okubwa ate era n'ovaamu mulimu Brazil njukira aba World Cup wa D yajja strugglinga mu kibinja nante bwe yakivaamu yajjanga gundi best loser ate nejja neyetwala ekikopo so ndi mwetekefu ndi mugumu nnyo okulaba era ndi mugumu da ttiimu yange njikiriza nti nejja kuva mu kibinja
kyekibadde kigiremesezza okuba nga ekola bulungi ttiimu yo
kiyinza okuba nga bw'omanyi ebyamasaza kyamasaza kijja mu bwangu si kye kintu ekyokweteekerateekera nti kitwala emyezi 2 emyezi 5 emyezi 6 nga weteekerateekera so okukwataganya abaana bano si kyekintu ekyangu connection ne bakooki tekiba kyangu naye ngeri gye tutwaliddemu akadde n'obudde training twongeddemu nnyo amaanyi obudde tubawadde obudde obumala okukwatagana kugenda kujja era nkiwa nti bagenda kukola bulungi mu rawundi eno ey'okubiri
muno bya mizannyo singa ekikopo tukigaanamu onoosigalawo ng'oweereza bulemezi oba ogenda kuba nga ova mu kintu
okusooka kwa byonna ndi munnabulemezi wano wange maama yeebase wali wendamugalamiza nze ndi mutuuze ndi munnabulemezi ndi mulyanaka era sisobola kuba mulyanaka ate era ndi munnabyamizannyo akkiriza nti nsobola n'okuyamba ku bantu abalala era nsigala nti ayamba mu bantu abalala nateekawo Mutalaga Christmas Cup Tournament ku Entebbe Road esitudde ebitone
kati tusooka okwowola abantu okujja ku mupiira ku Sunday ate tufune ne coach
nkowoola bannabulemezi yonna amagombolola gakola essaza lya bulemezi 15 mwenna mujje mubeerewo nnyo nga tukwata mikwano gyaffe ab'ekyaggwe omupiira ogugenda okuba ogw'emirembe ate omupiira ogugenda okuba gwakasandali obanga twetegekedde ddala omupiira ogugenda okubeeramu kyotalabanga nako so mwenna mujje bannabulemezi mu kisaawe kyaffe olwaleero biri byonna bibadde mumanyi wakitukola bubi ebyo byonna byaweddewo abaana mpesa ge twayongeddemu mapeesa malungi nnyo era gajja kukola ekyenjawulo mujje mubeerewo nnyo mu bungi mwenna
kati okyaliwo oba tukusubira ne season ejja
wendi nnyo nkyaliwo mulina okunsubi ndi mutuuze ndi mutaka mu bulemezi era ne wenabasize nga patron era buli mabega saabanga patron otwatwala ekikopo kya 223 nasanga abaana basitwagolinga neŋŋamba why not kamba sike kubanga ndi mutuuze Mutalaga Cup tournament ey'amaanyi nnyo
NBS Sport baagala okumanya Mutalaga Cup story ki
Mutalaga Cup ekyaliwo naye nga bwe twali tukolerako wali bwe twali tuzannyira kisaawe kyali bali mu mbeera ya kukiteekateeka naye tugenda kugulawo era ebisaawe ebirala okusobola nga basobola okuzannyirawo Mutalaga Cup tournament ekyaliwo nnyo era egenda kusigala nga ekyatutumula ebitone by'abavubuka mu ggwanga lyonna.
Twakitegeddeko nti mwalese abasambi abapya, tubasuubiremu ki?
Balungi babasubiremu birungi, twayongeremu amapeesa 3. Abaana be tuyina balungi nnyo. Ttiimu egenda kwawe nekola obulungi, kitegeeza ewaka waliwo kantu katono nnyo akabadde katulemesa. Kubanga obonyolo bwe tuyina bonna obulungi tubujje kwawe, kitegeeza wane ewaka bw'osomala ne tutereezaawo tujja kuba kintu kirungi nnyo.
Kale tweyanziza nnyo Mwalimu Talaga, ate katufuneko ne ku kooki wano katono awunzike mu ddakiika emu atubuulire abadde munnakyagwe oba munnakyagwe agenda kuddamu asinka ne bannakyagwe. Kiki kyasuubira mu mupiira ku Sande? Tukitandike n'amannya mu bufunze.
Amanya n'eddoboozi kooki Mukasa Nasibu era nga nze nkolanga assistant coach wa Bulemeezi. Tuli beteefuteefu ku mupiira gwo ku Sande. Tugenda kubanga tusamba timu yaffe y'Ekyagwe kuba ate ffe tuli bannakyagwe naye nga lwakuba tuli Bulemeezi naye guno omulimu tetugenda kuttira muntu yenna alina ku liiso. Tuli beteefuteefu okubanga tuwa bannabulemeezi obuuki essanyu kuba nga we nabasuubiza nga tetunnagenda Busiro nti bannabulemeezi temuggwamu maanyi, tugenda kubanga ate ne ku guno omupiira era wekigenda okubeera tugenda kubanga ate era tubawe essanyu.
Abawagizi mubasuubiza ki?
Abawagizi tubasuubiza bonna ab'Ekiwoko, Kikamulo, Wawa, eri Bombo, ab'e Kalule, bonna babeere nga babaawo ku mupiira gwaffe ogw'oku Sande nga tugenda kubanga tusamba ttiimu y'abannaffe ab'Ekyagwe era tubasuubiza buwanguzi bokka.
Okay. Tweyanziza nnyo tweyanzege assistant coach byebyo ebifa ebulemeezi abannabulemeezi bo basuubira bingi mu ttiimu eno kubanga bajja mu bungi newankubadde nga bibadde tebitambula bulungi babadde bajja bulungi ku kisaawe naddala e Kosovo okulaba omupiira bwe gutambula. Balina essuubi lingi mu nteekateeka yonna nga bwetambula era tusuubira nti ne mu sizoni eno tujja kubanga tusobola okubanga tutwala ekikopo. Nkomyewo Jory Stewart ate mu studio tugendeko tulabe n'ebifa mu masaza amalala. Nze Consulat Attack.
Usabire omulya naka embeera bw'ekyokubanga etambula naye of course zepaka ez'amasaga Buganda ezigenda maaso beetu bawangudde omupiira gumu abalya naka bagenda kutuka ne Kyaggwe tulinze bulinzi around eyokubiri
sokoindeko bakwata Kyaggwe byonna byogedde bibadde bituufu byonna byobadde
mukkirize tuwumulemu tugenda kubatandikirawo ate twongera okumanya amawulire nga begatambula nadde empaka ez'amasaga Buganda n'amawulire amala mangi nnyo ddala.
Influence is more than followers, it's impact. At Next Influencer, we connect brands with the right voices through a thorough vetting and discovery process. We onboard influencers with hands-on workshops that build skills, unlock real opportunities, and fuel professional growth. Brands find the perfect match, influencers get dignified jobs, and audiences experience authentic stories. This is where influence becomes value. Next Influencer. Create, discover, connect, influence.
ukutaha muri mitwaro leta VIP mitwaro 20 debos miliyoni 3 hamwe na nita neza bamazireyo kumanya bukitiraho tera 08 50 59 nkaga ninda bishagikirwe.
Spice up your break